What could be better, guys, than a homemade Indian curry paste which has the versatility to make at least 20 different curries and probably more. I will show you how to make that curry paste so it makes your midweek meals easier.
Hi guys, how you all doing? Welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick, and on this channel we make Asian food. Now if that's something you would like to see, don't forget like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that kind of stuff. What we're going to do today, guys, we're going to make an Indian curry paste, similar to one of the big curry paste companies in the UK. Now, for all you guys out there who can buy a curry paste, you may want to watch this, you may not. So for all those guys out there who cannot buy a curry paste, and I'm one of them here, I will show you how to make a curry paste which is absolutely flavor packed with ingredients, so you can make a curry in the week very easily. So it's simple really, guys. Okay, so what we've got a bunch of ingredients on the table here, and I'll put a full list in the description box. So what we're going to do, we'll make the curry paste. Now you can make it two ways. You can put it all in, mix it all up with oil and store it that way, but the shelf life is not very long. Or you can mix it all up and cook it out in oil, and then it's already pre-cooked, so you have this lovely pre-cooked paste so you can put in your curries during the week. So let's crack on and make this. Like I say, this is very similar to one of the big UK paste companies. Okay, but we may have a couple more ingredients, and obviously our ingredient ratio is not going to be the same as the big company. Also, it's not carrying citric acid or sodium benzoate or anything else in here which stabilizes the food and gives it a longer life. But you know, this made, cooked in oil, and can be stored in the fridge for up to 6 months, so that's long enough to use your curry paste. So let's crack on and make the curry paste. Right then, so to our bowl we'll add dried methi, fenugreek leaves. Then we'll add fenugreek powder, ginger powder, garlic powder, now this is paprika powder, and this one, guys, this is the odd one out really. This is Korean red chili powder, the same as you would put in a kimchi. Okay, now this is the particular one that I'm using. Okay, now the reason for using this, it's not very strong in flavor, not much heat, but it gives a fantastic redness throughout the paste. So we put that in, and then we're using chili powder. Now this chili powder is a little bit fiery, so let's get that in there. Then we have some ground black pepper, some turmeric, salt, coriander powder, cumin powder, fennel powder. Now this is rice flour, and this is going to give us a little bit of a thickness in there when we start cooking it out. Sugar, and this is tamarind paste, and we have 500 milliliters of oil. But what we'll do, we'll give all the dry spices a mix first, Make sure they're all fully incorporated. The aroma coming out of this bowl at the moment is really, really, really nice. So that is our dry spices. Then we want to be adding our tamarind pulp paste. Put that in there. Give that a gentle mix over. And then we want to add our 500 milliliters of oil. So get that in there. Then we want to give it a good mix in, guys. So nice and steady. Give that a mix in. A bit oily. Wow. All we need to do now, guys, is put it in a pan and cook it. Turn on the flame. And then we want to add our paste mixture to the wok. Right, we definitely do not want to burn this. So turn it down nice and steady and just start cooking it through so the spices cook through. Right guys, as soon as it starts bubbling, okay, we want to go in with about 200 grams of ordinary wheat flour, plain all-purpose flour. Now the reason for getting it to bubbling is we want to cook the flour out in the spice mixture. Now this could bubble quite a lot, so be careful. So we got our flour in there. Now we just need to get it stirred in and cook it out. It's very simple, this, guys. It's a very simple recipe, you know, but this gives a fantastic curry paste. And a couple of tablespoonfuls of this in a pan on a night with some fresh chicken breast and some onions and tomatoes, and you have a curry. A really nice curry. We need to cook this for about 10 minutes, guys, but we need to actually keep giving it a stir because this will catch and burn. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get that lovely flavours cooked out and into a paste form without burning it. They're very easy, really. And that is our curry paste made. It's a bit like one of those Japanese curry blocks. You know, you put a couple of blocks in, you make a curry. This is the same. And there we are, guys. Curry paste made. Now guys, now we've got our paste made, we're going to cook 2 curries. Same type of curry, 2 different ways. We're going to cook 1 curry, BIR base, a little bit of base and our paste, and then we're going to cook another one which will take longer to cook, a bit more traditionally with onions and tomatoes, and it'll take about 20 minutes to cook, and we'll have to cook fresh chicken. Just to show you how you can use our homemade curry paste 2 different ways. So you could make a quick curry when you got in from work, or you can make slower, longer curry where you just put it on and stir it occasionally on a low flame for 20 minutes. So let's crack on and make the curries. So let's get a curry pan on there, put some heat under it, warm up the pan as always, and then in with some oil, a little bit of oil. Right, this is going to be nice and steady, this one, guys. Okay, and we will be using the pre-cooked chicken. So let's put the raw chicken to one side. Okay, now we're going to cook these slightly similar. Okay, that's a little pinch of cumin seeds. We don't want to burn the seeds. Nice and steady in there, just that little touch for this one. And this is our garlic and ginger. So we want to go in with a little bit of garlic and ginger. Now we're not trying to brown this, don't forget, guys. We don't want to brown this in any way. Now this flame is a little bit higher than usual because we need to get this cooked off. Now there's our garlic and ginger. We want to go in with about 2 heaped tablespoons of our curry paste. So just get that in there, and we have to be really careful with this because this has flour contained inside the paste, don't forget. Okay, so nice and steady, but don't forget this paste is already cooked. So we're not having to cook this for any length of time. Okay, so in with a bit of base gravy just to keep it all loose. And now we've got the basis of our curry coming on already. And it smells absolutely unbelievable, actually. So there we are, nice and steady. Add a little bit more base gravy. So that's it, guys, really. So that's it, guys. Get it off the bottom of the pan. And then for this one, we're going to use a little bit of pre-cooked chicken. So we'll put in some pre-cooked chicken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We haven't added the tomato paste yet, but we'll add it now. Get the chicken in there. Start to coat it off in these spices. Now don't forget, we're not having to cook these down because these are dry. They're already cooked out. So we want to go in with a little bit of tomato puree, tomato paste, a tablespoon. That'll do it, I think. Stir that in. And we've already got a really good looking curry, actually. Really, really good looking curry. Okay, so now we need to go in with some onions. So put our onions in. Give them a little stir through. And what we'll do is we'll put a little bit of tomato in now. Stir that in. Keep an eye on this, we don't want to burn it. In with some more base gravy. Stir it round. Loosen it up off the bottom of the pan. Now that is looking absolutely marvellous. And then in with the rest of our veg. Some chopped peppers and a lot of green chopped chilli. Now this chilli is not very spicy, but it adds a great taste to the curry and a little bit of heat. So get all that lot in there, in with a bit more base gravy on this one. Probably go that much actually. Stir it through. And all we need to do now is just cook it down for about 5 minutes. Just to get those veggies a little bit soft, but not too soft. We want that crunch in there and we want that flavour. So get that in there, cook it down for a couple of minutes. Go in with a good pinch of coriander. Get that in there, stir it in. Now that, guys, is looking absolutely awesome. So that's basically how to make a quick curry, and I mean it's very, very, very quick indeed, you know. A quick curry, but we already had curry base, we already had pre-cooked chicken, and all we've done really is put the veggies in for the veggies to soften up but still have a bit of crunch in there. So basically that's all we've done really, because we'd already used our paste. So our paste already made up, we don't have to use all the spices. And watch how they cook. This smells absolutely amazing. I'm not saying that for camera either. This smells absolutely amazing. That is delicious. Absolutely delicious, guys. You can't go wrong with that. That is a really, really simple curry to make with our curry paste. Easy. So easy. Right guys, that's cooked out. That's absolutely amazing. What we'll do, turn off the flame, we'll boil this one up, plate this one up, and put it to one side while we cook the other. But this is going to have to sit for about 20 minutes now. So let's get a bowl. One of these will do. And let's plate this up. Oh man. So let's get this plated up. I mean that looks absolutely flipping amazing. Right, this one's different guys. What we're going to do, we're going to cook everything from scratch in this one, okay? So what we need to do is get some oil in the pan, as per usual. So get the oil in the pan, a couple of tablespoons. Okay, now we want a flame on. Right guys, to make this similar, we're going to do it more or less the same way. We're going to go in with some curry, we're going to go in with some cumin seeds, and then we're going to go in with our onion. So get our onion in there. Give it a little bit of stir through. And what we're going to do is we're going to change spoons actually, because this is a non-stick wok and I don't want to wreck it. We want to add about the same amount garlic and ginger, so we have the same consistency between both curries. Give that a little stir in. Obviously we don't want to burn any of this. Now this is going to take a little bit longer, guys, you know. We've got to sweat out the onions, sweat out the tomatoes. Probably take about 20 minutes to cook. So what I'm going to do now, whilst the onions are cooking in there with that garlic, I'm going to add our raw chicken. And our chicken can start to sear a little bit in there with the onions. So it will take on a little bit of that garlicky flavour. So nice and steady, get that in there, and we want to start searing gently on that chicken. It's sort of like building up a curry stew. It's very, very easy. Don't forget that the chicken is actually going to boil in some sauce to cook through. Oh, pop. And then what we need to do, we need to add a couple of tablespoons of our curry paste. So get our curry paste in there. I just put that little bit extra in from that. So there's our curry paste. So there we are, guys, in it goes. Get it in there, stir it around with the chicken. Again, you know, this is still an easy curry to make, but it is going to take longer, you know, because obviously we're cooking everything from scratch. So keep it going in there, keep stirring it. We don't want to burn anything on the bottom. Everything's got to be incorporated in there, you know. You've got to make sure that the chicken starts to cook on the bottom of the pan there, you know. Keep moving it around, and then what we need to do then, we need to add our diced tomatoes. So we'll get our diced tomatoes in there. Now with tomatoes, it could add a sourness. So we may have to add a spoonful of sugar. We'll see when it gets going and we'll give it a taste test. So this is going to be a curry similar to the other one, but this is probably going to have more lumps in, more texture. Okay? We're not going to blend it down in any way. We're just going to cook it in there. So we want to be going in with same amount of tomato puree. Get that in there. Give it a good stir through. Well, that's smelling good already. That really is smelling nice. So just cook it a little bit longer and then we'll go in with some water. And we'll let it bubble away for about 25 minutes. But we just have to keep an eye on it and give it a stir to make sure nothing burns. So in with some water, probably about half a litre, and bring that to the boil. So we need to get that up to the boil, and then we'll turn it down to a simmer for about 25 minutes. But after about 15 minutes, we'll add our peppers, tomato and chilli. and a pinch of coriander, and let the last 10 minutes cook out with the veggies in. So the veggies is still going to retain some of that crunch. So we just need to bring that up to the boil. So it's coming to the boil now. Nice and steady. And then what we'll do, we'll put a lid on it and let it simmer for about 25 minutes. So we got a lid. So we got a lid, guys. Put the lid on. Okay. Turn it down to a simmer. And we're going to let this simmer for about 25 minutes, but we're going to keep stirring it occasionally because obviously we don't want to burn it on the bottom of the pan. Okay. Alright guys. Whew. Okay, it's starting to come together now. Time to put the veggies in. So we've got a handful of chilies. And we got some bell pepper, red and yellow, and a couple of pieces of tomato, and then we'll go in with a good pinch of coriander. Give that a mix in. And then this one's cooking for about another 10 minutes. Now what you can do, you can leave the top off so that it evaporates quicker, which should be a better way than actually putting the lid on. But if the only thing you can do is put a lid on whilst you're cooking, you just have to put the lid on. But don't forget the steam inside the lid dripping back down. And it's going to take longer to actually come to a reasonably thick curry sauce. So we have to keep an eye on that now. Right, what we need to do, we need to do a taste test on this one. Right, I'm not going to lie guys, this one's a bit earthy, okay, and I don't mean earthy as in muck, but it's got like that earthy curry taste. Now it could be because the vegetables have only just gone in and they haven't to soften down yet and release some of the flavours into the curry. However, I still think this needs about a tablespoon of sugar. The thing is with this curry, it's not been cooked in the same manner as the other curry. This has had water in and it's just been left to boil down. So it's not the same intense flavour that you would have by cooking with a curry base. Also, cooking with the water and cooking for so long, this curry is actually not very spicy, where our other curry is a little bit more spicy. Now don't forget guys, whilst we're cooking away, and you can adjust the taste to whatever your taste buds require. Yeah, the flavour's changing already, you know, as the vegetables start to be cooked in there. But it's still got an earthy vegetable taste to me. I think we do need to add about a spoon of sugar to this one. So I'm probably not going to do a full spoon actually, I'm probably just going to do half. Just to put that little bit of sweetness in there, you know. Because it's not very sweet at all. Right, what we need to be careful of now, we definitely do not want to burn this at this stage. We've been cooking this for a long time, 25 minutes. We're now getting that lovely thick curry sauce. There we are. Now that's looking really, really good. Okay guys, there we have it. So turn off the flame and let's serve some into a serving bowl. Oh, it looks good. It looks really good. Now for a home curry, cooked in a pan with our homemade paste, that looks pretty fair. And there we have it. There we have it, guys. Another version of our curry. Right guys, now for the taste test. They actually look very much similar. Now this is our BIR style curry. So if we grab a bit of sauce, we don't have to worry about the chicken because obviously we know the chicken was pre-cooked. That is absolutely first class. Wow. That is just like a normal jalfrezi. Now this thing is a little bit hot because we've only just finished it, so we'll have to be careful on this one. Guys, that is really surprisingly good. Really surprisingly good. That has got a real nice flavour. This has got a more rounded, full body flavour. The BIR style one, that's simply because we cook the curry base and use the curry base in there as well as our paste. But I can tell you now guys, this curry, even though the chopped onions and tomatoes and everything else that went in there, and it's boiling, is absolutely first class. That is surprisingly really good. And that's from our paste. I like that very much. There you go guys, 2 curries made with our homemade curry paste. What more could you want? Now guys, if you like what we're doing, don't forget, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that kind of stuff, and we'll catch you next time.